This may be the last video that I do today for this channel, but I think it'll be a good one to jumpstart the channel because this is one of the most crazy, detailed dreams I've ever had that I can remember. And it was one where I had partial lucidity. Now, I find myself in this crazy little shadow realm. And there's nothing except for this little metal playground in the center. No, take it back. It wasn't little. It was this huge metal playground, and there's just something really eerie and odd about it. And, you know, I don't know at what point I became aware that I was dreaming, but I was totally naked of anything. Like, I don't know if I had clothes on, but that's not what I meant by naked. Like, I had no weapons or armor or anything on me, and this dream turns all violent because there's this huge spider thing. And I'm talking like 10 feet tall with these razor legs made out of metal. But instead of a spider's body, it has this rat's body in the center. And I'm like, oh shit, what's that? So then I became lucid. And now, let me just stop right there. One of the reoccurring themes in my dreams is I love any kind of role-playing games and fantasy. I'm a huge fantasy nerd. So sometimes in my dreams it comes out in the form of like D&D character sheets where I can basically, you know, scan myself and find out what my current abilities are and, you know, my class. And I've been able to do that one other time to somebody else in a dream where I scanned their character sheet. Now, I think this is simply a subconscious, you know, programming that I've built in order to you know, basically reality hack my dreams at times. But it's only happened a couple times. And maybe this is a hindering skill. Maybe I shouldn't look at things as if they have limits. Once, you know, in theory, once you're able to be lucid all the time, you're not going to, I would think you're not going to need something like that to be able to do whatever you want. But nonetheless, I find it as a funny, cool way to view my current abilities in dreams, because I know there's different skills and things you can acquire in dreams. For example, flying. I know people that are lucid dreamers or often dreamer, you know, often dream about flying or whatever. There's certain people that can do it and do it well and go where they want. Now, when I fly in a dream, even when I become partially lucid, I can't control it for shit. I can feel my psychonetic energy. I can feel like my chi and stuff in the dream. And anytime I do anything that involves, you know, telekinesis, flying, anything, basically anything in a dream, I can feel my chi being pushed into it. When I'm active and lucid and aware of what I'm doing, I can feel like real life force energy pushing into my intentions, and it becomes really real feeling. But flying, I suck at it. Every time I try to fly, I end up getting teleported, or, you know, I can only fly like in this wonky like half direction, and I'm half falling the whole time. So that's like a skill I want to learn. So point being, I'm not sure if looking at things as like skills and stat points in dreams is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a fun way for me to do it. And if anybody else finds themselves doing it that way too, love to hear it, because that's hilarious and awesome, and I want to know what your guys' characters are in dreams. But yeah, so apparently I was some kind of bard character because I was able to do like vocal chants and singing and, you know, give myself buffs and stuff. And so, but for some reason, I had Jack Black's voice in the dream. So I was like, shit, I need some armor. That thing looks crazy. So I do some crazy chant. I don't remember what I said. I think it had vocals. Whatever, I yelled at the top of my lungs. Next thing you know, all done my body, some ethereal plate armor. I'm talking like some invisible, like, energy-made armor. But it, for some reason, I visualized it as plate mail. And my WoW brain kicked in. And I was like, oh, plate mail is really heavy. That's going to slow me down. But before I had that conclusion, I looked down at my wrist, and I'm just looking at it like, oh, yes. And I spawned this huge spirit energy sword that came down and cuffed over my wrist, and it was all glowy and I think purple or something, or blue. And it was like a rapier style though, and rapiers have never been like my fantasy sword that I was like, you know, thought was cool until that dream. And I was like, oh, dude, rapiers are sick. Because here comes the point where I'm like, oh, dude, I'm slowing down. This thing's gonna like totally like murk me if I don't do something. So I'm like, oh, I need some dexterity. So I was like 50 points to do, and then I see my character sheet and I see myself with a base of 10 dexterity, and then I just give myself 50. So now I'm sitting at like 60 dexterity, and now I'm just spinning circles around this thing, and I'm just taunting it with my little sword, poking at it and stuff. And I mean, the spider can't do anything. So next thing you know, I stab it in the head, right? Game over. That thing's dead. So I'm like, all right, that was pretty cool. That was pretty entertaining. And you know, I'm retaining pretty good lucidity. Next thing you know, I look over at the playground and these little shadow homunculuses start popping up. I'm talking like little like shadow golems start coming out of the ground slowly. And oh shit. So I go over there, I start killing them, but they keep like dematerializing back into the shadows after I kill them and then just rebirthing. And I'm like, okay, there must be some kind of dark necromancer at work here, and he's giving these guys like false souls or something, keeping them reborn. So I was like, how can I prove that? And so I'm like, all right, third eye activate, and I open my third eye in the dream. And I look over to all these little shadow humanoids, and sure enough, they have these little blue glowing souls inside of them. And so I'm at a range at this point. I'm like, I jumped back, I retreated for a second to, you know, think about the situation. And I look over at him, and I start, like, my Naruto brain kicked in or something, because I started, like, throwing chi strings out of my fingertips and, like, grabbing the souls and ripping them out like puppet masters in Naruto. But then, you know, then it gets all weird, because I'm like, oh, well, these are pure energy souls. So I decided it's a good idea to, you know, eat them and grow more powerful, because, like, why not? Why wouldn't you vampire the guy who's trying to kill you? I mean, so I start going through, you know, the ranks of them and ripping all their souls out, and their bodies are crushing and, like, destroying and like, not getting reborn at all. And I'm just eating, like, I ate, like, 5 of them, you know. Next thing you know, playground decides that, like, this bomb's gonna erupt out of nowhere, and I blow up, but I end up in, like, future London for some reason. And apparently in future London there's these huge bridges that move around, like on some Harry Potter type shit, and they're all like mechanicalized, and they like move over different waterways and stuff, and they're like basically bridge ferries, you know, like barges or something. I don't know. That doesn't really seem like it could be that like useful. But they're also like kind of subways too, because there's like all the seating inside and stuff. I don't fucking know, guys. But yeah, reality hacks, RPG, all that mechanical stuff. Let me know if you guys have any crazy skills that you've been developing over the years of dreaming. Because, like, honestly, guys, I want to build a little community of people that, you know, anywhere from food to, you know, meditations before bed to, you know, really anything that involves this type of stuff. And it doesn't have to all be about lucid dreaming. I'm also interested in the psychological, you know, components of dreams too, and like why your subconscious decides to spew things out in the chaotic manner that it does too. I have no psychology, you know, education background. I'm just playing around with this, and I hope it goes somewhere. Thanks for watching, guys.